Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real, emotionally gripping stories like this one. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. I always love hearing your perspective. I'll never forget the moment everything started to crumble. I was scrolling through my phone, waiting for my wife to finish getting ready for the company holiday party. That's when a message popped up from an unknown number. You might want to keep an eye on her tonight. First I laughed it off. Probably a prank, right? But something about the timing felt off. I shrugged and put my phone down, trying to focus on the mirror reflection of her in the hallway. She looked stunning like always, but there was a tension in her shoulders I hadn't seen in weeks. The party was already buzzing by the time we arrived. Office chatter, laughter, clinking glasses. It all felt too loud, too rehearsed. My stomach twisted when I saw him. Marcus, her coworker. He was leaning against the bar, smirking like he owned the place, and from the moment she walked over, I felt a slow burn of unease. They exchanged greetings, casual at first, but then I noticed the way he rested his hand on her shoulder, or how she laughed a little too long at some joke. It was subtle, but the gut feeling was there. I told myself I was imagining things. Maybe I was just jealous. Maybe I had no reason to feel this way. Then came the first jab. Marcus leaned over to whisper something, loud enough for me to hear, and smiled directly at me. Wow, you really do let her pick the fancy guy, huh? The laughter from nearby coworkers felt like knives slicing through me. I forced a tight smile, nodded, and walked away, pretending to check my phone, my hands shaking just slightly. I tried to shake it off, moving through the crowd, but the creeping anxiety followed me. She sent me texts throughout the night, short, distracted messages about work, about people she had to greet. Nothing alarming in the words, but the tone felt clipped, distant. Then I saw it. Across the room, Marcus's hand brushed her lower back. Not accidentally. And she didn't pull away. My chest tightened, and for a moment I couldn't breathe. I questioned myself, was I being paranoid? Overprotective? Maybe I was imagining everything. But when I stepped outside to get some air, my phone buzzed again. This time it was a photo sent from an anonymous number. Her laughing at Marcus's joke, close enough that their faces almost touched. My hand shook so violently I nearly dropped my phone. I confronted her later in the car, after the party. My voice was quiet, trembling, and I felt absurd for even asking. Who was that guy? I tried to keep calm. Why is he touching you like that? She laughed nervously, a little too quickly. Marcus? He's just friendly. You're overthinking it. But the way she said it, the way her fingers fiddled with her coat zipper, felt like a confession I couldn't ignore. My mind replayed every moment. The hand on her back, the whispered jokes, the lingering looks. Every memory of us laughing together, sitting side by side, now stung with doubt. The next few days were a haze. I found myself checking her phone, watching for patterns, reading messages she thought were hidden. I hated myself for it, but I couldn't stop. And then finally it happened. A notification popped up on her phone. Marcus, late at night. Can't wait to see you again. Alone. I didn't confront her immediately. I just sat staring at the screen, feeling the familiar ache of betrayal twist through my chest. All the quiet nights, the small gestures, the way she used to brush her hair from my face, they felt like lies now. Eventually I confronted her. This time my voice wasn't trembling. It was raw. I saw the messages. Her eyes went wide, then down. Silence. And then finally she spoke, not defensive, not angry, just remorseful. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I didn't want to hurt you. It hurt anyway. Every word she said, every excuse dug deeper. I felt like a stranger in my own life, watching someone I loved slip away. But even in that heartbreak I realized something. My dignity, my self-respect, couldn't be left in the shadows of betrayal. We talked for hours that night, more honestly than we had in years. She confessed the small ways the attention from him made her feel alive. Important, unseen by me sometimes. I listened, mostly in silence, acknowledging the cracks in our relationship without excusing what happened. Eventually, I walked away from the conversation, and for the first time in months, I felt something quiet, almost peaceful. Pain, yes. Heartbreak, absolutely. But also clarity. I realized that love isn't just about holding on. Sometimes it's about knowing when to let go, or when to demand respect. I didn't scream. I didn't throw a glass. I just let the silence say what words couldn't. That night I went home alone, and for the first time in a long time, I let myself breathe. The betrayal would scar me, yes, but it wouldn't define me. Sometimes I think back to that party, to Marcus's smirk and her nervous laughter. I remember the sting in my chest and the tears I held back. But I also remember the quiet strength I found in facing the truth, no matter how painful. And I carry that with me now, the lesson that trust is fragile, self-respect is essential, and heartbreak, though excruciating, can lead to growth. So if you've ever felt that sinking dread, that gnawing suspicion, remember this. You deserve honesty. You deserve love that doesn't make you doubt your worth. And even if betrayal hits, even if someone tries to humiliate you, you can still stand tall. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear if you've ever faced a moment like this, and how you found your own strength.